It's not easy. I do 50 and 50 push-ups. I'm just like to get motivated to do it. And not getting the results that I used to, because I'm not increasing the weight, I'm not increasing the amount that I'm doing. So I'm just kind of starting to fall back. I could see it. When I started, I couldn't even do one.
I think I can do probably 10. I don't think I can do 20, but I definitely cannot do 10.
Did you move your microphone away? Because you were louder before.
No, I'm just not talking that loud. Can you hear me now?
No, hold on.
Hold on.
I'm going to turn you up louder. I got plenty of room to turn you up.
Okay, do that because I am all the way up.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right. Hello, everybody. We are live on the internet. Yay. We're doing stuff. Let me tell you what I did today, and hopefully that will inspire you a little bit. I went down to my creek, and there was these wild bananas that are just growing on the side of the creek. It's crazy, and we don't know how they got there, and they're on both sides. We didn't plant them there. And my mom's like, they've been there for years, but they never produce bananas. And I'm like, well, they're not in the sunlight. They're under
Les
these...
Peter Guitar Jam.
Hey, Moo. What's up, buddy?
Moo.
So I've got Oh, now you're gonna give me the Microsoft. Okay, there we go. Great.
No.
So
Rox1
hey,
SMF.
Rox.
Hey there. Hot enough for yar.
I'm getting used to the heat.
Roger Batchelder.
Hey, Roger.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. What time is it? Okay, it's time to smoke. Man, I got so much to say about this. It's so funny. So they're under the trees. We've got these tall oak trees and pine trees, and they're up on the creek. So these bananas, they're pretty, but they don't produce too much fruit. And I'm like, well, they need to be in direct sunlight. I used to grow bananas back when I lived in this neighborhood, and my banana trees were in full sunlight. They had nothing blocking the light, and they did great. So I'm like, if I could just learn how to pull some bananas off of these bananas. I don't know how to do it, but I had my phone in my pocket while I was down there in the creek. I just pulled out my phone and I Googled up a video of how to propagate. I said how to propagate bananas. And bro, let me just ask you guys a question. Do any of you guys have banana trees near you or around you? I'm going to teach you something, and it could be a life-saving thing because bananas provide food. And if you have an extra set of banana trees on your property, you might have some bananas when you need them. Now, you might be laughing and whatever, and you think it's a joke. But every single kind of food that you can produce on your property is a bonus.
Rox1 SMF.
Right?
Right next to me here.
Right, Rox? Well, you look at a banana tree and you're like, I don't know how to propagate that. I don't know there's no seeds. What am I supposed to do? I see these sprouts coming off the bottom, but when I try to grab one, they're attached. It's not like they've got their own bulb and their own set of roots. Well, if you find one near the bottom, on the end, on the outside of the ring of banana stalks, right? You take a spaded shovel, or I used an irrigation shovel, which is a thinner bladed shovel. It's got a flat bottom on it, but it's still got a blade. And take it, and let's say this is where the banana tree is. This is the main banana tree. And right here, this is one of the shoots coming off the side. Take your shovel and just slice at the bottom. That's all you got to do. And then wedge that bitch out of the mud, and it comes right out. And then it's got roots at the bottom of it already, and you can shave it down. You can dry it out for a day, but I didn't. I took 3 of those, and I put them right into the ground. And hopefully they're going to take. So I'm going to find out. I'm looking at them. I put them in direct sunlight, and they're going to be getting sun all day. So I got the big one that's right here. That one was doing the worst. It looked like it was dying because it wasn't getting any light. So I put that one right out in the sunlight. The other 2 I put closer to the shore of the banks, but they're going to get way more sun over there because where they were, there were trees hanging over them. And over there, it's more like a beach area. So I've transplanted 3 banana trees, and I watered the hell out of them. I also peeled off a ginger. And I planted that one too, and that was the same kind of thing. It just came right off the plant, and I watered the hell out of it. Now they are all in direct sunlight. The bananas seem fine, but the ginger doesn't like the direct sunlight. It's closed up all its leaves. But, it's the hottest part of the day right now for the next half hour. So once that sun starts cooling down a little bit.
Rux 1 SMF. This one is in shade.
Does it not produce a lot of bananas because it's in the shade? Just go there with a shovel and you can just slice off an edge and put it out, plant it somewhere where it's in direct sunlight. And eventually you'll be getting bananas. So anyway, that's really important. I just wanted to share that with you guys because that can be something that might help you live one day. You can walk out in your yard and grab a banana and eat it, You never know. But definitely add to your repertoire of what you're growing. Sol, SSOL, is up 591%, guys. So if you had bought that when it was 0.00000 something, and now it's at 0.0006599, yeah. So you might want to look at SSOL if you're looking for a quick buck in the crypto market, which is going off today, man. I mean, just go ahead and take a look at the market right now. It's insane. Luna's down there at the bottom, and Sol is up here at the top. But you want to look for SSOL. That was the other one. Bitcoin is at 3% though, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That 3% is a big deal because it was more like 0%, for the longest time, and it's finally gone way up. Ethereum's gone down, but there's something in the works that's going on between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And, if this is something you're watching or not, Ethereum is about to do a network change. And as soon as they change their network, people are thinking it's going to have a negative effect on the value of Bitcoin. So what I recommend you do is you just, watch what's going on with the market and just keep yourselves informed and educated. I was going to Smoky and I never packed a bowl. I forgot. Cyber forgot to remind me.
I'm sorry.
Man, that's Cyber Reload. You see this man right here?
Yeah.
He forgot. He's supposed to say what's up.
So, what's up?
Yeah. Dude, your microphone totally sounds different.
It does?
Yeah, it's all like muted and shit.
Hold on. Give me a second.
It really sounds all bassy. Like it sounds like you have your hand over it. Which it's usually nice and clear. See, I got him working on his mic instead of getting ready to do a bong hit. So we got Roger, we got Cyber, we got Rocks. That's it, huh? Okay. We're gonna have it's a slow nay day today, I guess.
Listen.
Same, it still sounds like that. It's the same microphone?
Yeah, I'll be right back, bro. I think it's too cool.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it is the same microphone.
I thought maybe you'd switch microphones by accident or something. Interview clip. Cornel West explains Palestine narrative. I wouldn't mind hearing that from Cornel West, even though he's become a complete shit lib. She's doing a premiere, so I'll play this live on the podcast. So I see she's having the same problem I'm having. She's doing a premiere and only 3 people are showing up. That's weird. Nobody's being told that she's doing a premiere right now. And she's got thousands of subscribers. So, I guess I guess we won't do premieres anymore. Like, maybe tell my subscribers. I mean, it's Sabby Sabs. Everybody loves her.
Nick Brown. Swipe or no swipe?
I need to smoke, man. I'm upset for Sabby that she's got the exact same. She's literally got 5 people watching this. It's driving me fucking crazy. You know, hey, no law regarding, hey, YouTube, go fuck yourselves. Cheers, everybody.
Welcome to Savvy Zaps Podcast. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. My special guest tonight is Dr. Cornel West. I want to get started off talking a little bit about foreign policy. So one of the things we have been discussing is Israel and
YouTube
Palestine, this
at
conflict between
notifications.
them. And there's something that I have been noticing. It seems like, particularly in this country, a lot of people seem to have a lot of sympathy for the Israelis in Israel, but it doesn't seem to be the same for the Palestinians. I'm not seeing that same amount of empathy towards what they're going through in this conflict. And I find it somewhat concerning just because when I look at the Palestinian struggle, it somewhat reminds me of the struggle that African Americans have gone through in the United States. So it is a little bothersome that people are not as empathetic towards the Palestinian struggle. And I want to get your opinion about that. Why do you think that is?
Well, one is, I think, my dear sister, that it's very difficult.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, here you, oh, that's, dude, you fixed it.
Full-fledged.
You know what it was?
What?
stories and narratives.
It was I was fucking using. I don't know how it happened. It was my fucking microphone on my Android who was picked up through fucking Discord. I don't know what happened.
I knew it, bro. I knew it was another microphone. I was like, that's not the same microphone, bro.
No, I couldn't find no one. When I did that test, it sounded all weird, man. Holy fuck.
I mean, I had to take you from 70% to 130%.
Yeah, now I should be back to normal, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're great, bro. I mean, and clear. Yeah.
Good.
Precious
good.
Jacob Matthews.
Palestinians heard.
Is that
in
cyber?
this
Yes,
country.
Jacob, it's Cyber Reload.
See, that you need to have a context in which there's a robust conversation, Socratic, self-critical, self-scrutinizing, whereas the conservative version and the liberal version of Zionism in the United States constitute the terrain, for the most part, that the Palestinian predicament is viewed. And so whenever Zahid and the others, we was 40 years ago, we used to go down to the New York Times and protest and so forth, saying what? Let's have a serious conversation. Let's get the facts out. What was 1945 about? When? What were the conditions under which it took place? What are the ways in which precious Jewish brothers and sisters who were being viciously attacked by a gangster named Hitler jump out of the burning buildings of Europe and land in a place that they say no people are there? Quit lying. There's people there. Then you land there and you push them out. No, there was no ethnic cleansing. Tell the truth. Yes, you did push over 750,000 out, and you had a choice. You could have gone with Einstein, the great Albert Einstein. You could have gone with Judah Magnet. You could have gone with Ahakaham and tried to coexist. Or you could go with Jabotinsky, who's a Jewish gangster, and a neo-fascist who said, dominate, dominate, dominate. And that was a choice. And the choice that was made was to dominate rather than to coexist. So the story of the Palestinian plight and predicament rarely, if ever, gets heard. And so the only access that people have to an understanding of a complicated situation in which there's outright structures of domination and apartheid-like conditions in the West Bank and various forms of discrimination and subjugation within Israel itself, that rarely gets told. And of course, as long as you can throw out the anti-Semitic label on somebody, it's a conversation stopper. It just shuts down any serious critical examination. And so those of us who try to be committed to the truth of human suffering, and that includes, of course, both Palestinian suffering, which is from below, they're the underdogs in the situation, and Jewish suffering. They are the ones who are coordinating with the American empire to reproduce forms of domination in the West Bank, apartheid-like conditions. See, when you make that kind of claim, it could be a brother Noam Chomsky, or it could be a whole host of folk are trying to tell the truth about it. The great Susanna Heschel herself, who was the daughter of one of the great prophetic figures of the 20th century, Abraham Joshua Heschel herself, that she can get misconstrued and misunderstood.
It's bottom of the hour. No law
because
regarding
she wants
cannabis.
to tell
Cheers,
the
guys.
full story about what? Every human being being made in the image
Cheers,
of
Cyber.
God that dictates a certain dignity and sanctity, and that includes Palestinian babies and Jewish babies, no matter where they are in the Middle East. And of course, that applies to human beings across the board. But I think also about what's going on with the Queen. Isn't this something? I mean, I've been reading this text. This text. Legacy of Violence, the History of the British Empire by our dear sister Carolyn Elkins, who's a very distinguished historian at Harvard. And you say, okay, the Queen is a human being. She's made in the image of God, that her family, I hope and pray that her family is strong enough to bear this mourning. I believe human mourning is something that cuts across race and class and so forth. So that in terms
The fact
of
that he believes in God, so
I hope and pray
disappointing.
that they're strong. But in terms of her institutional role in being head of an empire that once had 1/4 of the land mass in the world, that had over 700 million subjects with vicious forms of violence and detention camps. So we can go on and on and on. None of that alluded to. Completely deodorized, thoroughly erased, and all you get is just this little glitz and glitter of a country that seems to be
he's a bit psycho if he believes that there is a God. He's a bit psycho.
Dead. So we have to be able to stay in contact with the humanity.
It's sad. And he's a shit lib, guys. He's a fucking shit lib now, too.
Or anybody else.
He supports the war in Ukraine.
A brother, a sister, a sibling.
Our brothers and sisters in Ukraine
but we also have
need our money.
Very harsh truths about empires. And I find it very difficult to talk about the monarchy in the largest empire in the history of the world without talking about, okay, you can talk about the best of it and all the wonderful things that you associate with it, but let's also tell the truth about the worst. And the worst is barbarism in very thick forms, very thick form. The Queen herself mourned the death of her father when she was in Kenya. Well, what was going on in Kenya with the British Empire? You see, let's just be honest in Canada about the rationalizations for some of the most vicious and atrocious treatments of human beings that was taking place under the British Empire. I know I don't want to go on too long in this, but I'm just trying to make the connection between the militarism and imperialism that takes place abroad and then how that circumscribes domestic discourse. So you can't even have a serious discussion about militarism within the United States, be it in the police, the Defense Department, and so forth, without also connecting it to why it is that our public life is so diminished and so impoverished and so empty, and our politics so money-driven, and our culture so soaked with guns and drugs and addiction. And where are the countervailing forces? Well, there's Sister Sabrina now. Oh, you got Savvy's show and some other shows. But look, let's be countervailing forces to tell the truth and be honest and keep some joy in it, because we live in some very, very bleak times.
I agree. I know that one of the issues that you had with Harvard University, I know that you came out in support of Palestine as well. I'm not sure if you know this, but I came from higher ed as well. I was an academic advisor for over 10 years. I'm here in Massachusetts, so I've worked at Harvard, Boston University, MIT, and in January of this year, I actually decided to leave higher education for good. because I want to hear if you had this experience. I'm just curious. One of the things that I kind of noticed, it seemed like all of these like elite academic institutions, it just seemed like to me that there was a certain narrative that you had to go along with. And if you didn't, then you would either be pushed out or you would be reprimanded. And I know a lot of times people look at universities as like this liberal creative space where you can go and find yourself. I think that's somewhat true as my experience as a student, but as someone who was an employee, I found it to be actually somewhat a little bit more on the conservative side. I saw it more as like a business. And I think that was somewhat disappointing to me. But I noticed that at all of those institutions, it seemed like Black faculty were not treated fairly the way that their white counterparts were. And I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just those schools that I worked at, or do you think this is more a part of a bigger issue?
But I didn't know about your leaving, though. I think that's a real loss.
Integrity.
It really is. But I mean, the Lord got all kind of things waiting for you. You know what I mean? So you're blowing up in another context. So I mean, you can be a force for good in a number of different
I'm having
ways.
fun talking
But
to
I
people
think
in their chat.
My view is this, that you see, when you're living in a dying empire that's undergoing spiritual decay and moral decrepitude, that every institution is affected. So that when you think of colleges and universities, I mean, this is a particular slice of the professional.
It's so weird that Savvy is looking into the camera and not
class
looking at him.
More and more is characterized by greed,
See how she keeps looking away?
obsession with status.
That is so
and
weird, man.
addiction to celebrity.
Dude, when I interview
Some
someone,
fish.
I look
And
right
stay
at
up in
them,
the
wherever
clouds.
they are
Let's
on my
name you to
monitor,
your show.
and I
Are you
watch them,
Politicians
and I
come
listen to
from
them.
Russian managerial
The only
class.
time I look away is to glance at the
Driver's seat in
chat.
Wall Street, driver's seat in Hollywood.
She's looking at her own
driver's seat in
camera.
Silicon Valley.
She's literally just doing
And
this.
So there's countervailing forces within that class. 'Cause
She's
there's
looking
two
right
people
into
who
her own
choose to
camera.
be
It is
decent,
so
no matter what
weird.
situation.
It's so
You could be a crack
unproductive.
house, you could be the
We're
White
on
House, the
podcasts,
White
man.
House.
We're not
You
mainstream
could
media.
choose and
You don't have to
Texas,
look
but
into the
harder and
camera.
harder to
Are you
do
kidding
that.
me?
So when you look at the universities, what do you see? Well, you see marketization,
Here, show. Are you a
commodification,
leftist?
more and more intellectual, spiritual bankruptcy, people obsessed with just making money and status.
There's a lot of left policies I agree with. But there's a lot of things that I see from the left that I don't like too. You know? So I would call myself an independent, a radical independent progressive, Sam. But as far as a leftist, I like some leftist policies. You know? I don't necessarily stand behind all of them. It is called corruption.
Sam Fisher. Oh, okay.
More and more of the big money going to be melodramatic. I say it to be tragic comic because it's a blues-like situation. But see, for black folk, this ain't new. We've been a blues people for 400 years. 244 years of slavery, another 100 years of neo-slavery, and then 50 years with a multiracial democracy. And even then, the legacies of not being respected, like professors at Northeastern, Harvard, and so forth, not being devalued or just colorful.
I'll tell you one thing I don't support is going to war,
be projected,
you know, over your
so
fucking
that the
differences.
diversity and equity
That's one thing
and
I do not
inclusion,
support from either side of
projections
politics.
make the
And it
university
seems to
look
be the
as if
one
they're
thing
on
both
the
sides
cutting
agree
edge.
with, you
And
know?
that's nothing but just a neoliberal
funny.
form of hiding and
I'm going to go with some cherry
concealing
pie.
the massive social misery, the unbelievable and unjustified poverty, where 65% of Americans don't ever go to college. So you're only talking about 30-some% of Americans who even go to college. What about the precious brothers and sisters of all colors who don't even set foot in a college? That's not even a part of the dialogue. You see, that's what it is to live in a bubble.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I
Yeah,
insisted on
I'm going to
teaching
give you
critical
guys
point.
student loan forgiveness. What about all the people that didn't go to college? You
Multiculturalism
fucker.
is even more
He makes a
important
great
than multiculturalism.
point.
You can have a whole
That's
lot
why I
of
listen to
colorful
people that I
faces
might not
all
agree
from
with
the
all the
upper
time.
middle class.
That's why I might have a problem that he
We come
believes
from
in
the
a God,
dominant
but I
classes
still got something
that highly
usable from
conceal
something he said.
imperial domination
You know?
around the world, wealth inequality, the patriarchy, the homophobia, the transphobia, and especially the public face of American fascism, which will always be white supremacy.
That's right. And it's sometimes it feels like you have to go along to get along.
Nays Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden.
I look
at
like I'm
Nays Garden
bathed
Show,
in light.
At Truthian News for the full podcast experience.
Oh,
YouTube channel
light, I'm
at Truthian
bathing
News on
in-
Twitter.
Oh. So, my whites are turning a little whiter. They were yellowing, and I'm using this new shampoo, and because I never use shampoo, and my hair is turning yellow, and it's starting to become more white now. So I'm very happy with that. So I just invited people to the show from Sabby since I only have 5 viewers. So I only have 5 viewers watching the show. I invited them over if they want to come by and hang out and doing bong hits.
I want to do bong hits.
Well, you know, it sounds like something that I might be able to address with another bong. What do you say?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, I like to say, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm packed.
No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Cyber. Quarter of the hour
Cheers,
early.
all. Cheers, everyone.
Oh, that was smooth and tasty. That was like sitting at a campfire and somebody's roasting marshmallows and you breathe that smoke in. Oh boy, it was so tasty and sweet. It's cherry pie. Like s'mores, like that graham cracker crust. So one person from Sabby's show came over. Hello. Thank you for coming in. I'm Nay. I'm a fan of Sabby's. She ignores me, but that's okay. I just put her in a video, actually. Whoever it was just left. Never mind. Okay, so much for that. I just put her in a video, actually, at the end of the video.
Sam Fisher. At Nays Garden, are you against student loan cancellation in principle? And if so, are you willing to change your mind?
Am I against student loan cancellation? No. You know, we're spending money on war. We're spending money on sending a rocket to the moon. We could be spending money on student loan cancellation. You know? We're idiots. We're pathetic. Nobody wants to say that. Right? Nobody wants to just talk about how stupid
Sam
we are.
Fisher. Oh, okay, we agree.
Of course we do. Sam Fisher, how'd you find me? Sam Fisher, how'd you find me? Sam Fisher, where'd you go? Did you see the Trendy Day show somewhere? Was it on a screen or possibly a thing that you were holding in your hand? Let us know across the land. Here we are across the land. Okay. I'm trying to make it not so bright. I know it's a little obnoxious. I look like I'm an angel bathing in light. Here we go.
Sam Fisher.
That's too dark.
Just looking through YouTube.
Really? Just looking through YouTube and you just found my show? My show? Bro, let me tell you a little something about me. All right? I've been doing this for close to 10 years. Live streaming, podcasting, broadcasting, using the social medias and doing the stuffs. I just made a video defending content creators at my website, which is truthier.news. Okay, if you type that into a web browser, that'll take you to my website. That's where you can find my Twitter. You can find my YouTube channel links. They're at the top of the screen there. you scroll down and you can see my latest video that I just produced. I'd like to put that up on the screen right now and let you watch it. On YouTube, it probably doesn't have a lot of views. Yeah, my new video has 15 views. So, feel free to go watch it and give it another view. More than 15 would be nice.
How can it only have 15 views?
Because, bro, YouTube has got me so throttled. Here we go. Here it is, guys.
I watched it at least 5 times, so
They must delete views,
Sam Fisher. This year, Biden oversaw the largest military budget in U.S. history, $800 billion.
Do what now?
Time to smoke a fatty of Blue Dream and a dab of Runts Live rosin to help me.
So Joe Biden, this is the craziest thing. You want to hear Joe Biden? Joe Biden said this.
We beat Pharma this year. We beat Pharma this year, and it matters. We're going to change people's lives.
Wait, did you see the guy in the background who was like, see that guy's face?
Pharma this year.
We did?
Beat Pharma this year,
all
and
right.
it matters. We're going to change people's lives.
I think you forgot to add off at the end.
We beat Pharma off.
We beat Big Pharma.
Dude, oh my God. I could go off on this one. Just on what they did with, we didn't beat Pharma. Pharma fucking, oh my God. Okay. If you guys understand what the companies that make all those companies, what they did and how they did what they did, somebody should do a big documentary on that. Someone should talk about all the shenanigans those motherfuckers pulled and how anti-productive it actually was to the cause and to helping actually save lives. Let me just say this. Hey, Gordon, what's up, buddy? The first trendy is here, everybody. Gordon. With the flu signing in, time to smoke a fatty of Blue Dream and a dab of Runts Live rosin to help me. Trendy Gordo. Unreal. Unreal. So, when
Sam Fisher.
Joe Biden,
Maze Garden, a funny name for Joe Biden, is status quo Joe,
claims that we beat Pharma because he's got fair prices finally. After all these years now, finally, certain people get a break on their diabetes medication, on their insulin. Oh, we beat Pharma over one medication? Huh. We beat Pharma. We beat Pharma. All of Pharma and everything bad that they do. We beat them. We beat Pharma? No. What his response was just now is we beat Pharma off. And what I want you guys to listen to is whatever the fuck he's going to say, because I haven't seen this yet. So let's watch it together for the first time.
Off this year till they blew a $300 billion load all over their chest and belly.
Chest and belly. That chest and belly.
We beat Big. He's literally saying this. By the way, do you want to know pharmaceutical? Do you want to know who takes the most money from Big Pharma?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
8.6 million.
Joe Biden takes the most money. Second, Donald Trump.
Oh.
I wonder why the country's fucked. Third,
Bernie Sanders.
What?
Okay.
That was for his Senate race. Jamie Harrison, Democrat. John Ossoff, Democrat. Pete Buttigieg, Raphael Warnock, Democrat. Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mark Kelly, Democrat.
Mitch McConnell gets the least.
Mitch McConnell's he made the top 10.
I mean,
He made it so he gets his money, I guess, from coal and shit like that, right?
I guess we solved the mystery of why there's no difference between the.
Why do you think there's no difference between the parties? I don't know.
That's why, especially like people think Trump's gonna do something. I'm like, I look at them like they're handicapped. I'm like, I want it to work out for you, honey,
I know.
but it's not gonna.
So
Whoa, I'm so sorry. I just hit the keyboard with my hand.
what I think Joe Biden was referring to is that they're going to be able to negotiate drug prices on like 10 different drugs, but not until like for 20 years. So in 2023, this is the implementation timeline of the prescription drug provisions. In
We
the Senate
beat
reconciliation
Pharma!
proposal.
We beat
In 2023,
Pharma! We beat
it requires
Pharma!
drug companies to pay
We beat
rebates if drug
Pharma!
prices rise faster than inflation.
Ooh, you really grabbed him by the balls with that one. You got him by
you-
the short and
You
curlies.
fucking stuck it in their eye, Big Pharma. You beat them. It's going to save lives.
Then I send in my rebate, and then I wait 6 to 8 business weeks.
That's right. And then my life gets saved.
Holy shit.
And then but that's not even happening this year. That doesn't happen until next year.
Don't
And
be
then
extreme.
the
Just a
next-
little better.
The next implement doesn't happen until 2024. What does that implement? It eliminates 5% co-insurance for Part D catastrophic coverage.
Ooh.
And it expands income eligibility
Oh
full
God,
benefits-
this smells
for full
so
benefits
good.
for Part D low-income
She's
subsidies
my
up to
cherry
250%.
pie. My butt smells so
Wow,
good,
you really stuck it to Big Pharma.
and I
This is
don't
all
know
for
why.
occasionals.
And that's not
Tastes
even
so
happening until
good.
2024. You want to
Bring
know
a
what's going to
tear
happen in
to your
2025?
eye. Sweet
Adds a
cherry
$2,000
pie.
out-of-pocket cap
Yeah.
in Part D.
Finally.
What? You stuck it to them.
Wow.
Sticking it to Big Pharma.
We
Just like
beat
to the people who can't afford a $6
Pharma.
emergency
We
fund,
beat
okay.
They only get
Pharma.
$2,000.
We beat
That's what I'm saying.
Pharma. You
Go
see that? We beat
for it.
Pharma. Look, everybody, we beat Pharma.
And then in 2026,
We beat
but
Pharma.
this year, there's no cap. Next year, there's no cap.
Yeah.
So in 2024, there's no cap.
But jack
isn't
that up
gonna-
as much as you can
It's
before we get to the
420 in
cap.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
It's time to
There's
smoke.
only a cap coming in 2025. And then the cap is at $2,000. So that means Big Pharma gets to collect
You're packed?
$2,000 from every fucking
Yep.
senior citizen.
Are you
in the country.
ready?
Oh, so ready.
You hear this man back here? His name's Cyber Reload. Damn. We'll do this again. Okay. You hear this guy right here? His name's Cyber Reload. He doesn't stop for nothing.
I'm just following you, bro.
No, you're supposed to say, what's up?
What's up?
Not like that. You're supposed to say it like Will Ferrell, man. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, bro. We'll get it. One of these days, we're going to get it.
We get it.
Yep, I swear.
I get it.
You
I
hear-
get it.
You hear that guy's voice right there? That's Cyber.
Mark 83.
Oh, Big Merc screwed it up.
No notes, bro.
Okay, you hear that guy's voice right there? That's Cyber Reload.
What's up?
He don't stop for nobody. And when he gets on the train, it's the train that goes insane. All aboard! Doo-doo. I, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. You like that? All right.
Do 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 do. do.
All right, here we go. No law regarding
Yeah.
cannabis. Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers, bro.
Country.
People still hate Pharma Bro for that one drug he raised the price of.
That's what that means.
Well, yeah.
That's what that means.
It's
that
not
Big Pharma
comparable.
Gets to collect
Why would
$2,000
you even
from
mention
every
that?
senior citizen in the country. That's what that means. And that's considered a
That was like the dumbest shit Kurt Metzger's ever said. Cyber, you know Pharma Bro?
Yeah.
The guy that bought the that rap album from Gravediggers.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he bought an album. He bought that album, and then he didn't share it. Like,
Oh wow,
yeah, he bought the album for himself.
that's fucking that's wrong, dude.
So that was it was I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of how to say his name, like Skrilletti or Skrilletti or something.
Skrillex.
His name, his last name. But anyway, Pharma Bro, that guy, what he did was he patented a drug, or he purchased the rights to a drug that people were using, and then he jacked up the price of it. I think it was something like 1,000% or something.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. And he went to fucking jail for it.
Rox one
Martin
SMF.
Shkreli, that's it. Thank
Martin
you, Rox.
Shkreli.
Rox says Martin Shkreli. Shkreli. That was his name. And he's like evil. And what Kurt Metzger just says, like, yeah, people are still mad at Pharma Bro. Should they not be, Kurt? He jacked up the price of a fucking medication 1,000% or some shit like that. So
Yeah,
what I don't
is
understand,
fucking
Kurt,
shitty,
is you forgive Pharma Bro, Kurt? And why should we? You know, because you're forgiving Donald Trump, and you're forgiving Kyle Rittenhouse, and you're forgiving fucking Tucker Carlson, and you're forgiving, everybody else that's fucking, Ron DeSantis. Oh, please.
Reform.
And what's funny is people are starting to talk about podcasters and influencers who are trying to bring MAGA Republicans together with what they're calling basically communists, socialists, this whole crowd. And Jimmy Dore is one of those people because he does some fucking.
Communism is bad, bro,
reports
and
some
it's
right-wing-
fucking getting a resurgence back.
Oh,
for
people
some
don't
weird
even understand
reason.
what communism is, Cyber. Are you kidding me? They're like flying that communist flag, and it's like
Rox one
everybody
SMF.
wants the government to take care of them.
Incoming text wall.
And that doesn't kick in until for 3 fucking years.
Well, they'll have to be
Okay,
satisfied
Rox, I'm
with it.
ready.
2026 implements, so they don't start negotiating drug prices until
Top of the hour, it's time to
2026,
smoke.
4 years from now.
Let me
Well, that'll give a lot of time for people to die of the various famines and water shortages, and then it'll be,
Rox
less
one
people and
SMF.
easier,
In September 2015, Shkreli was widely criticized when Turing obtained the manufacturing license for the antiparasitic drug Daraprim and raised its price by 5,455%, from $13 to $750 per pill.
5,000%.
Holy
My bad. I said 1,000%.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, 5,455%. That's how high he raised the price for people who relied on this drug to survive.
I actually think I heard of fucking that over here.
Yeah, Martin
That
Shkreli.
is fucking insane.
Yeah, and
dude.
and
Holy fuck.
Kurt Metzger thinks we should be forgiving
Rox one
him.
SMF.
Kurt,
More.
you want to debate it? You want to come on the show and debate me, Kurt? Because you are making no sense. Should we go back to that? Can we? Where were you, Kurt?
Still hate Pharma Bro for that one drug he raised the price of.
That's what country.
People still hate Pharma Bro for that one drug he raised the price of.
That's what the country.
People still hate Pharma Bro for that one drug he raised the price of.
Oh, people are so sensitive. How dare people still hate Pharma Bro for that one drug? For that one meaningless, teensy-weensy little drug that no one needed. How dare, only 5,455%. How dare they not forgive Farmer Bro, the Farmer Bro that went to prison for that crime? How dare they not forgive him?
Rocks 1 SMF.
I don't even, just...
In 2017, Shkreli was charged and convicted in federal court on 2 counts of securities fraud and 1 count of conspiring to commit securities fraud, unrelated to the Dara Prim controversy.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought he went to prison for fucking jacking up the price. For gouging. My bad. Securities fraud. Huh.
Should fucking be illegal and be a fucking prison sentence, man.
That motherfucker, I remember he was
I
broadcasting.
get capitalism and all that, but there is a fucking limit, you know.
He was broadcasting. He wasn't allowed to leave his house and shit. He was on house arrest. All right. I'm ready to smoke time for the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Kurt Metzger's hilarious here. I can't believe he said the words that he just said, but he said them. And, wow. Okay. Cheers, everybody.
That's
No
what
law
that
regarding
means.
cannabis.
That's
Cheers,
what that
Cyber.
means. That Big
Yes.
Pharma gets to collect
Rock
$2 grand
one
from every
SMF.
senior citizen in the country.
He was
That's
sentenced
what
to
that
7
means.
years in
And
federal
that's considered
prison and
a
up to
reform,
$7.4
and
million
that doesn't
in
kick in
fines.
until for
8.
3
In the civil
fucking
case, he
years.
was fined a
they'll have
further
to be satisfied with it.
$64.6 million to be given to victims
2026.
nationwide.
Implement so they don't start negotiating drug prices until 2026, 4 years from now.
Well, that'll give a lot of time for people to die of the various famines and water shortages, you know, and then it'll be, you know, less people and easier, you know.
So they're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. 15 Medicare Part D drugs are gonna be negotiated. Oh no, 10
Ooh, I
in
wonder what drugs.
2026. 10 in 2027. 15. That's it. And then
Wow.
by 2029, they're gonna negotiate the price of 30.
This looks like the Walt Disney roadmap for Star Wars movies coming out or MCU movies. Like, then in 2027, 15 Part D.
That was actually funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're going to, by the year 2029, negotiate for 20 high-cost drugs.
So take that, Big Pharma. We're going to start negotiating some drugs in about 4 or 5, I don't know, maybe.
We beat Pharma! We beat Pharma!
And Japan.
Hey, we beat Pharma!
Hey,
Hey, we beat Pharma!
get
We beat
Pfizer
Pharma!
expects a record $100 billion in revenue this year. That's right.
We beat Pharma this year.
We beat Pharma!
We beat Pharma this year.
We beat Pharma!
Matter. We're gonna change people's lives.
We changed people's lives! We beat Pharma!
$100 billion. Wow. That sounds high, but they were probably projected to make twice that much.
Pfizer
so
expects a
that's
record
considered a
100
loss
billion
of
in
the world of
revenue. Yeah, that's
degenerate
us
gamblers.
beating. That's us beating Pharma, everybody. That's us beating Pharma. Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for backing up what I said.
Joe Biden means beating last year's profits. Am I right? Am I right? You wanna
We
see
beat
the
last year's
profit margin?
profits.
These are biotech companies,
Mhm.
and this is their profit margin.
What a bunch of idiots that
96%
believe what that
profit margin.
moron
This is
tells
gross
them. He
profit
literally just
margin.
lies right to their face.
96%. This
He's
one,
such a fucking
Moderna,
liar, man. He's such a
83% gross
fucking liar.
profit margin.
He just
I don't
doesn't.
even know what that means.
Why won't someone
Means
call it
that's
to
the
his
amount of money that you
face?
keep, you know, the
Hey,
overhead.
you're a fucking liar, Joe
Overhead,
Biden. You're a
so they
keep
fucking
80%
liar.
of
You know,
all
with
the
a big
money
old
that they make.
bullhorn.
That's what a gross profit margin is.
Are you?
We're not
kidding
beating
me?
Pharma. You're a fucking
If
liar.
I'm wrong, I mean, I now am questioning myself because that seems like great margins, 96%.
That
Point-
seems nuts.
Insane.
only have
Oh,
a
you got just 2 scoops of ice cream.
4% overhead.
So what kind of ice
In the
cream, son?
business of lineage cell therapy.
What flavor? What flavor ice cream? It's pertinent. No?
Yeah.
What flavor?
Vanilla, I guess.
Huh?
Vanilla.
Oh, vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla.
Vanilla
Yeah.
ice. Doon 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 ding ding doon 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 doon. Ice, ice, baby. Vanilla ice. I'm in my car. It's really, really red, and I'm driving it far. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. Doon 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 doon.
Yeah, so
So
that's got to be like tax money
so
support.
let's go down.
Right?
Where's Pfizer? Pfizer's not on here. But
Gilead Sciences.
Gilead Sciences, 78%. I thought a company was supposed to make like 10 to 20. If they made
Moderna,
10% profit,
83%.
was a
Is the
big
government
deal.
pumping money into this sector of biotech?
Of course.
So that's maybe why.
Oh, okay.
Right? If I had to guess, it's probably that.
General
Okay.
Cannabis
Hey, look at
Corporation.
General Cannabis Corp, 41%. Look at that.
Look at
There's good profit margins for pot.
that.
Who knew?
GCC.
That's better than, I think, for illegal pot. It's a
It's
better profit margin.
a better profit margin than illegal food. So remember,
Rux 1
Pfizer's
SMF.
going to make $100 billion
Gotta
this
go
year.
take
But
care of the old
Please
guy.
go retweet my stuff over at Truth Your Rocks.
We
Thank
beat
you.
Farmer this year,
Thank you.
And it mattered.
that
We're
is
gonna
so
change
fucking
people's
hilarious.
lives.
That
We
is
were
so-
playing pinochle
That's-
on a boat with strippers, and
We
we
beat
won.
Farmer this year.
The only
We
lives you're
beat
going to change
Farmer
are the
this
lives
year.
of the people who invested in Big Pharma, who are going to make millions and billions of dollars. Hey, come catch one of our live stand-up.
We beat Pharma this year, guys. I want everybody to know we beat Pharma this year.
Rux 1 SMF.
Oh, God. You're such a fucking idiot. We beat Pharma this year. I spelled 2 wrong. It needs another O in my 2. Wow. Officials from 18 Russian districts call for Putin to resign. How much you want to bet those are 18 officials that are going to fucking Siberia?
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Right there.
Never heard from again.
Yeah. That's a list of people that are going away quick. Watch. I'm making a prediction here. Every single one of the motherfuckers is going to go. Watch how fast it happens. Oh my God. They're living on borrowed time, those motherfuckers. That guy's
Yep.
psycho, bro. That's like
He
Adolf
fucking
Hitler.
is.
That's like going public against Adolf fucking Hitler during goddamn World War II. He just didn't do it, man. People are stupid. But we'll see what it gets him, man. You know, it's not going to be good.
Have you seen that way he walks?
No,
The
how's he?
KGB walk?
No.
I saw a documentary about that. He walked that way because they learned that in KGB to be able to draw the gun fast and protect your body by walking with the left side first.
Huh.
Try watch next time he walk. He walked very special. He walks kind of sideways with the left side first, and the right hand down, kind of ready to draw a gun.
That's funny.
When you see it, you cannot fucking unsee it.
That's funny. Viral clip infuriating everyone. Moment of clarity with Lee Camp. You guys are fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the hour. We're going to cut this one a little short. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next show. Bye.